Welcome to Popcorn Study Club. We're just three best friends. Oh, are we best friends? I
think
think
so.
best friends.
Oh my
I think
God.
We're just three girlies who love watching movies and TV shows. We love watching them. We love eating snacks, and we love to talk about the things we watch. So, my name's Francesca,
I'm Lisette. And I'm Taylor.
and thanks for joining us today. We are going to catch up now.
Yeah. We've changed locations. Maybe we can kind of talk about that. But
We're on our way to the final location. We're getting closer.
And thanks for being on this journey with us. If you've been watching along, seeing where all the places we've been.
I have hope that the next location's the final location in the shanty room. This little shanty. But it's gonna have character.
Yeah.
Look lived in because it's my room and I live in it.
Yes.
The building
And there's already love in there. We're building a set with Lisette, you know? That's what I just heard twice. So,
I want to hear how your acting class went.
oh yeah. Before we get into our movies in this one episode, we're going to be talking about Two Sleepy People and also Send Help. You know, we haven't seen each other in a minute, so we're catching up. And yeah, I started an acting class here in Orange County. I've already been lucky enough to have been cast in some things by Lisette. She has so much faith in me and I love her. And you know what? I want to give a better performance. Like, I feel like I can be better. So I've signed up for classes just to kind of hone those techniques, learn some theory. And I've really liked it. It's been kind of like a slow, easy start. There's a lot of like Meisner techniques, which is just a lot of like repeating stuff. So then you can like kind of focus on reacting to someone, which I've really enjoyed. I do kind of feel like a ringer being in there, not gonna lie. It's nice to just kind of like take it all the way back to just being in the moment, which has really been the focus of like these first two classes. And I'm someone who has a problem with that anyway, just kind of like being in the moment. I'm always thinking about like, I'm currently thinking about like how tonight, after we're done with this, how tonight's gonna be. It's nice. It's also like helping me like make more eye contact with people because a lot of the exercises are like,
Yeah.
You
Right.
find really? You found eye contact?
I'll start eye contact with someone, but then I'll like, because I'm thinking of what to say, instead of like, I have to like look off and think about it, but then I'll start saying it instead of taking a moment to pause.
And is this class, I'm curious, like, or is everybody just kind of starting off, or it's just a bunch of different levels?
Really, I've been in like any
Four
Oscar
projects.
nominees there. Anyone that you see winning Best Actress anytime soon.
Me when I go to the restroom and I look at myself in the mirror.
Yeah, get your Oscar speech ready.
Thank you to all the little people. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, everyone's like different walks of life. Everyone's a little younger. There are some like moms in there, which I love. I love that they're like, yeah, let me get back to that. Like, I've been a career woman. Like, I want to go back and do this. Some people who are just like, I'm in business school and I just kind of thought this would be fun to do. And I'm like, I love that as well. Some schools, like, they kind of require you to like start at level 1 so that you can like do the other things. I don't know. There's been a lot of like auditors also in the class, which I also get. Like, I honestly probably would
editor.
an auditor, just like you take like one class for like free of charge just to kind of like see how it is, and then you get a discount if you like want to sign up for the rest of the class. I honestly would have done that. I just like wanted to commit to something. So I was just gonna like, I'm just gonna sign up for it and like pay my money so that I am beholden to showing up every week. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. I like the teacher.
You took a class, right?
I did. That's actually how me and one of my best friends got super close. God, what's the movie? I think it's Turning Point. I did an acting class when I was like a freshman at Orange Coast College, and Kylie and I, new friends, we decided to take a scene from The Turning Point, which it's this kind of cat and mouse movie of these women feuding, and it ends with this really epic full fight where they get like kind of physical with each other, and then they like laugh and realize that they're still like they're friends in the end.
Love it.
And we shocked people because Kylie like tackled me down and we started fighting, and like people gasped. They're like, because I like, and we were like new friends, and we're like wrestling each other down and throwing water and stuff. And it was iconic. But to your point about the eye contact, when I was directing a student film, and it was about domestic violence. And so it was really important for the two actors to have like really good chemistry because we needed to sell that they were in this tortured relationship. And we made them do exercises where they had to hold eye contact. And I wasn't even in the room. Like I brought someone in from my acting class that was so good at giving acting direction. And so I would just like work on the script and make changes, and they would go into like a bedroom, the three of them, and they would do this like crisscross applesauce sitting across from each other and ask each other really heavy questions. And we would get together once a week for months practicing for this short film until finally like we were ready to bring a cinematographer in and choreograph it because obviously it was shot in one long take. And so the eye contact thing works.
Cool.
It works. Yeah, that was some adventurous filmmaking time for me. I look back at being that age and thinking like, oh God, I was fearless.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, will people like it? I don't know. There's kind of like you get to hide behind your youth a little bit when you're just starting out where it's like, well, no, like I was 19. So
Yeah.
like something I work on now shouldn't look like I did when I was 19. But when you go so long not working on stuff, it's going to look amateur. So
Yes, and embracing that is freeing. It's freeing to just be like, I'm gonna just start over, kind of, in a way. At least, yeah, that's where I'm coming from.
yeah.
Yeah.
Me thrice.
And I just a quick shout out because I wrote it in notes, and I just want to mention it since we're talking about movies and TV. I love the Marvel movies. I'm a big Marvel girly. And Wonder Man is the latest show on Disney Plus.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. Invite me back to your junkets, please. It's about actors and this guy who's like he's auditioning to play a superhero, and he's super powered, but he like can't admit that because there's like a whole thing in the universe where like superheroes are like dangerous to sets now, so they're just like no super powered people. So it's Yaya and then Sir Ben Kingsley, who's reprising his role as Trevor Slattery, aka the Mandarin, and yeah, it's been really interesting because Yaya's character is a very like technical, like methodical, like I want to say it like this way and like what's that? There's motivation, and it's like I feel like I've gotten that way on your set sometimes where I'm like, well, I feel like this person would do this, and I'm just like, am I being effing annoying this way? And then Trevor Slattery is just like, you just gotta be there, you just gotta be present, you just gotta like be there, and like they have a really nice study on their friendship as well. So I've really enjoyed that. It's come at a very fortunate and coincidental time. I'm glad it came out. I'll be like, yeah, I can see both sides of acting theory. Differs between all different types of performers. So
Method people are annoying though, and I stand by that. Like everyone wants to emulate the Marlon Brando. I'm just like, so you just want to be you have a reason to be an asshole.
yeah.
You just want to be like, oh, I'm playing a domestic violent drug addict, so I got to treat everyone like shit on set.
It's all pretend. That's the point of it. It's all pretend. Oh, special guest.
Special guest, Muriel, named after Muriel's Wedding. Best movie. Yeah, but no showing your butt to the camera, sweetie.
Set, you just came back from a quick little weekend road trip to Nevada for what?
In a bitchin' jacket, which I'm like, I'm a bum that you took it off, but
Yeah. I went to Elko, Nevada for my friend's Natalie Armandia, because she's married now. But her premiere for her first feature film, and it's a musical. It's called The Ranch Musical, and we premiered it for the town.
Cute.
And so, yeah, it was crazy because Abby Wowchak was saying that in smaller towns or areas where there's not like big film kind of industry, that's probably where you'll get the most support. And for sure, like everybody showed up. It was like the talk of town.
Oh, it's
literally
so
we can hear
cool.
people like whispering, and then the theater put it out, and she had like 100 RSVPs, and then she had 120, but it was only 100-seat theater. So then we were worried that the
overflow.
A riot.
yeah. And then there were so many people, they cut it off at like 170, and they put chairs out. And then they opened a second screening. And the second one had like 80 or 90 people.
That's
Oh
so
my god.
cool.
It was
Theater looks
cool.
so cute too.
Yeah.
That it was in.
Yeah, it was
That's
cool.
awesome.
And it did really well, but just obviously like there's different types of audiences, and I always split it up into two categories, which is like a film audience, like filmmakers, and then the general audience. But like because they're from a small town and they're like a ranch community, like they were laughing at things that like I didn't necessarily laugh at. And also obviously I was on set and
They're like, I'm milking cows. Yeah, basically. They're like, that's not how you milk it.
in a sense, like that's what the whole story is this guy, he doesn't know what he's doing, and then there was like a lot of jokes and a lot of slang too, that going back to the acting, like a majority of the cast they're not actors by trade. And so like because that's where we're gonna film in Elko, and so we put it out there, try to do casting. We didn't get that many people. So we casted the people we felt like could fit, and it worked really well. The grandpa of the film, like he changed a lot of the dialogue, which is super cool, and he would like add his own little thing. Like one of them, he was like, "That doesn't cut the mustard," and like people laughed. They like thought it was so funny. I was like, "Oh, that's cool." Like, I mean, I liked it, but like,
It's like he knew the local lingo. It's like when my friend who lives in South Carolina, she'll be like, that could gag a maggot. I'm like, what?
yeah,
But like, I'm remembering that for future writing.
yeah,
That's great. Make a maggot gag.
yeah. But it was great, really good turnout, a lot of fun, and it was great to see like the final, because beforehand, we were part of the editing process, so we saw like the first rough cut, then everything was without color, without post production, like without the music, and once everything was put together, it came out so good. The composition was so good, and
I'm
Right
so
on.
excited to see it.
Me too.
A musical.
the
That's
music was so
crazy.
good too, because it's based off like Kristen Harris, who was the
star.
singer, the star, and then Natalie met her at a cowboy poetry event and was like, "I want to write a musical based off her music," and she was like, "I'm down, let's do it."
Dang, to be a muse.
Yeah.
Huge honor.
Yeah, so it was great.
I would put that on my resume for sure. Muse.
All right, Taylor. Update us on hockey. Or update us on what?
I mean, that's kind of been my life my life between October and April is like my schedule revolves around hockey, but now it's the Olympics. Okay.
Is like, I mean,
And the women's American team just beat Finland today 5-0.
whoa.
A humiliating loss, like
Finland?
15 shots on goal.
Oh my god, I was like, point?
No, but it could have
Was it-
been. I mean,
Oh.
we
You went.
took a belt to the ass
went.
and like just spanked them for sure. So my world has just been hockey and hockey adjacent things like heated rivalry and hockey romance. No, I've mainly just been watching the Olympics. It just started. There's not much to, and the Ducks are in playoff position. So that's my world.
Woo, we're gonna go to a game.
I can't wait. You guys are gonna,
Excited. I'm so excited.
you guys think you know me and then you see me at a game and I just like, I might as well be one of those dudes that paint their face. Like I'm so passionate. I'm a passionate fan.
Let's do it.
There is this guy that like paints his face and he's iconic. I just feel like me putting orange on my face will stain and I'll look like Paris early 2000s.
You have to do, what did they do? Prime it in a way. What did they put? Like Vaseline or something as like the base. So
Yeah,
stick.
like Peanut Butter Baby. That's what it reminds me of. You seen Peanut Butter Baby?
Ah.
That's the color I'd be. You don't know Peanut Butter Baby? It's gonna, no. But just superimpose Peanut Butter Baby in the back
So
when we
just
talk
a
about this.
Chris wants to go to a game too, so
When's he coming?
Yeah.
I think he'll be here June.
Oh,
June.
I mean, like,
Oh, you said till April, huh?
if we're still playing, those are the tickets to get because that'll be playoffs. I don't anticipate us going to June. I think we'll be sneaky good in the first round and then we'll make it to the semis and be out. But for the first run, I think we're going to do it. So we'll see. It's so fun. It's so fun. If not, next time he comes out, just schedule it just let me know and I'll tell you if there's going to be hockey. Like, we just got to put this together. Yeah.
We watched 2 movies over the past 2 weeks. One of them, Two Sleepy People. Lisette picked Two Sleepy People. I have seen this on Instagram, but yeah, Lisette, tell us about it. And why you picked it, yeah.
I discovered Two Sleepy People on TikTok, as they're like these early 20-year-old kids that wanted to make a feature film. And I was really inspired. I was like, well, that's really cool. Sure. And I had been following them, and then they just did a, I think, 2 to 3 week release theatrically. And I was like, I got to go see it. I got to go support. Speaking of film community, we were talking about it earlier. I'm like, got to help out, not just see all these movie studio ones. That's why I picked it to support. I didn't even see the trailer. I think I saw clips, but that was about it.
Yeah, I kept seeing some like their ads on Instagram, so like they were really pushing for people to go see it in the theater, which I totally support. Like that's such an incredible feat to like do that, film it, fund it, get people, like they were really dedicated to it, which I really, really respect. And yeah, I was curious about it because I didn't watch the full trailer either, but like their one hook was that like 5 couples broke up at our premiere, and I'm like, hello?
Yeah,
I love the drama. Tell me more.
I was super curious when you said that because one of my favorite stand-up sets is by Daniel Sloss, and it's called Jigsaw. And it's this whole theory of how people settle for a bad puzzle piece that you try to like shove into your own personal puzzle that ends up like the joke is that like one day you wake up and you're like, why is there a cunt in the center of my puzzle? Right? Like, why did I build my puzzle around this person who is just making it challenging? And there's been tens of thousands, if not more, breakups from that special.
Was this the first time you're telling us
No,
this?
I think I've talked to you about
Okay,
it.
yeah.
I'm very passionate about, like, he has like a running tracker on his Twitter
Because then,
of how many divorces he's gotten and breakups.
because I saw him on some late night or like a
Yeah.
podcast or maybe Conan's podcast talking about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, wow, this is timely. My algorithm is really working together to like bring all these stories together. But yeah, that's
So I had not too high of expectations because I knew it was a young film. But when I heard that, it was definitely intriguing because that's one of my favorite comedians and arguably the best special in recent years.
I gotta check that out.
Don't go in with a relationship. If anything, it'll just make you feel good being single. You're like, oh God, yes. And then you could watch and you'd be like, oh my God, thank God. My puzzle looks good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, that's his whole shtick. He's like, I could never break up a happy couple.
Yeah.
He's like, statistically though, you're unhappy. And that's his whole, it's I like really well done. And he's done other really great specials since, but that one is and he's happily married. So
yeah.
he's no hypocrite.
He knows we'll push the buttons. Yeah. He knows the real litmus tests.
Yeah, exactly.
So the first movie we're going to talk about is Two Sleepy People. The log line is 2 office colleagues become spouses each night, only to return as strangers when morning comes. Huh? What intriguing. How does that happen? How does that make sense?
Shout out to the people that write the log lines because part of my job is writing log lines for my work. Undervalued. And I remember the first time I learned I had to do that, I was like, oh,
Easy.
right. This is a job.
Yeah.
I forgot that these things need to be done.
Yeah.
And they're done by, it's usually like a one-man show at that point. So I always try to read the log lines now out of respect.
Yeah. No, especially for like pitching. Like this weekend too, I finished a grant application and I was like, oh, I mean, I had everything done, but I was like kind of rereading it. I'm like, I should update some of this. And it's a lot of stuff. Yeah.
What do you think about that log line?
I don't feel like it's very vague, but I feel like it gives a different impression of what the movie is. That is essentially what happens.
Right.
Yeah.
So then, okay, what did you think reading that? I guess you didn't read it before.
No.
You didn't see anything before. You just saw the marketing for it to be like,
Go watch it.
go watch it.
Mhm.
I read the log line before.
I didn't know anything
Oh, okay.
about, and in fact, I didn't even know the name. I kept calling it the wrong thing because I'm just showing up to watch. If I know too much, then sometimes I get my feelings hurt. Meaning I don't like it. This does not meet my expectations.
A real malignant situation for us.
Iconic.
I forgive it. We forgive it. We were dummies.
1 to 5 star so quickly.
Okay, well then I guess like my expectation for it, definitely expecting like romance of it. And then like I guess there's like movies that are like sci-fi romance where like the sci-fi is very light and like very like low concept in the like larger scheme of the movie they're in. So I guess like Timer, and then like the newer All of You with like Brett Goldstein and Imogen Poots.
It's the one with Gleason.
Oh, and About Time.
About Time. Yeah, to me that like
Yes.
that's like a great example of the sci-fi element with
Yeah. So I was like kind of expecting that, and like
Oh, you were expecting that from the trailer?
I didn't watch the trailer, but like the log line, something about it,
Really?
because I was like, how has this happened? Like, what is this? Like, what uncovering that is like? Obviously, it's an early mystery. They like kind of reveal or like show to the audience.
Yeah.
But I think I was like subconsciously expecting that. Like, I'm expecting to see them like go to sleep and then like wake up somehow somewhere, and okay, I guess like they're gonna be sleeping at some point, but just like the way the movie unravels, or not unravels, like just like goes to show like how this mechanism kind of works was like interesting and like satisfying as like a plot point for me. Did you guys like have any expectations like about not knowing, or I guess you guys went in like very like no concept, no impression of anything. Did you guys have any expectations for what it was going to be?
Well, the main actor, that's like the lead, he has a very big following on TikTok, and I've seen some of his videos, and it is like, I don't know why I didn't put the 2 and 2 as far as like that type of vibe, kind of sci-fi.
Yeah, I'm not on TikTok, so I didn't know anything about this guy, so that's how I went in blind. So it made sense to you once the movie started.
Then afterwards, I was like, oh yeah, he does TikToks like this, or this type of like style and like pacing, and you're just like, what's happening? Yeah. But I totally forgot until like halfway through.
Nice. What about the girl? You said they're both creators?
Oh, I haven't seen the girl.
Okay.
Lead actress, but both of them great.
I thought she was
Yeah.
the better of the two,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
I thought he was good too, but I thought she was the natural.
Yeah.
Did you have any expectations?
Well,
Completely blind.
I mean, completely fine, but just based off the title and then knowing the relationship thing, I was thinking like these are two people who are sleeping through life, kind of thing. Where
Yeah, like
when are they gonna wake up and start,
living it.
living? Right.
Right. So you weren't kind of expecting like a techno romance thing like I was? You were just kind of expecting like a coming of age kind of story?
Yeah, I suspected that we were gonna see a relationship not working, and we were gonna be rooting for that awakening
Mhm.
of people coming out of it. That was based off the title
Right.
and the little synopsis I got about the breaking up.
Nice. I feel like weirdly scared to like get into spoilers for some reason.
I know. I'm like,
I'm like, should we talk about it? Because it's like
I have notes.
right, because I guess because it was like a smaller release that I'm like, not everyone.
Well, they can turn it off if you don't want to hear what happens. Fuck. But we can only guide the horse to the watering hole. I can't make you drink it.
We need to have the rest of this conversation.
Yeah.
Um.
Put your earmuffs on. Though I do have a fun story
Okay.
because I don't know about you guys, but I've experienced shared dreams before.
Oh my god.
really?
Yes. When my roommate and I lived together, we had several instances of shared dreams.
What the?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So the first instance was, and I know what a devil's advocate's gonna say, like maybe you talked about it, like especially when you're living together, you don't remember every conversation, and we're best friends, so we talk all day, But the first dream I had, I was in a living room trying to rescue her cat, which I'd never dreamt about him before, but I was trying to rescue her cat from a room full of mountain lions. And I could feel them like
So
pinching at my skin in my dream. Like they're like nipping at me. And I was just trying to get to him. That night, she dreamt that she was in a tent with her cat. And there was pawing at the tent. And when she opened it, it was a mountain lion.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And so devil's advocate, like I said, would be like, did you guys talk about mountain lions? Because maybe if you just you can train yourselves to have like similar dreams if you like talk certain things before you go to bed. Then another instance happened that I won't tell you off camera because it's just way too like crazy. It's just, but then it happened again where I dreamt someone was pregnant and then she was pregnant. And then I had a ghost situation when we went and filmed this on this set for this reality show we were both working on. And I called her over because I just panicked. I just felt like there was a ghost in my room. And she told me that she had a dream where 2 ghosts were in her room and said that they were coming from my room.
Whoa.
Yeah. And so things like that kept happening. And since we don't live together, we haven't had any shared dreams.
Wow.
But it makes me wonder when you're in such a close space, like what happens when you go to sleep, like the conscious.
Yeah.
So I totally,
It's all energy.
yeah, it's all energy. And so this idea of 2 people meeting in their dreams isn't that crazy to me because my best friend and I were able to do it. What makes it intriguing is that they're essentially strangers.
Yeah.
So I've experienced weird dream stuff before. So I was excited by the concept. It's 2 people that work together that don't know each other because she's new.
And they work at a company that develops like
Melatonin.
melatonin gummies,
Right.
Yeah. And they
which spurs their mental subconscious energy to kind of like connect
Yeah.
them, but they are strangers.
right. And so in their dreams they would be married, even though he's
Married in real life.
in a not happy relationship, which they pretty much establish. And she's also like not where she wants to be in life. So throughout the movie, it's them meeting in the dream world. And they finally realize that they're in a dream and they kind of work together to figure out what they're supposed to learn from their dreams.
About themselves and about what they need
Yeah.
and trauma.
Yeah.
Always about trauma.
But that, and then that's pretty much,
Yeah.
that's pretty much it.
And as someone who does not dream, I understand there's like dream.
You don't dream at all?
I know. What the
There's like
used
I
to
know
do it.
there's REM activity. I am out like a log. I am like
Crazy.
I will only remember like super traumatic, like I'll like wake up like sobbing. Obviously
Yeah.
I'm awoken from like how traumatic that dream is, but like once I'm out. And then like
I've woken up crying before too.
it's
Oh, yeah.
crazy. But
All the
I'm
time.
like, it's nice to see how creative dreams can be for people. I'm like, I'm so happy for you guys that you have such creative dreams. I need that time to just reset. But I loved seeing all the dreams in the movie, like how it is portrayed and filmed, and like the style of it all was like really impressive to me. Just like the production quality of it all. Some of the design could have like used some work in my opinion, but like overall, like the look of it and like the feel and the style of it
On
was
such a
super.
small budget.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm
On a non-existent budget.
not discounting that at all.
Yeah.
Just like I'm like, yeah, they made a freaking movie.
Yeah. That was entertaining.
Yeah.
It was interesting. They had like a deep message and theme.
Yeah. So I thought that the concept is a 10 out of 10 for me. It's a fantastic concept to the point the person who wrote it had more writing experience under their belt before they wrote this one, because I think it could have been significantly better with more experience and time, because it's such a good concept. And so like, but I knew it wasn't gonna, if it hit like that, it would have been so out of this world if it hit, because I knew their experience going in and their age.
I actually teasing and tying this to Send Help and Sam Raimi. We were talking about Evil Dead. Like he Evil Dead is just evil. Evil Dead 2 is just Evil Dead remade
Yeah.
better. Like
Right.
I would love for him to remake this.
Yes. I would.
In like 10, 15 years. Yeah, just like more experience. Like I would.
What would you
do that.
say would need to, what were you guys' biggest, like,
Well, okay. I'll say what I loved the concept, and some of keyword some of the dialogue was really clever. Like the whole opening scene when they're talking about the whole metaphor of you spend X amount of hours of your life or years of your life sleeping.
Yeah, that one guy's like just monologue.
The
I was like, oh no, like so existential already, but real.
the way they used like a theater for some of the sets, like the sock puppets and the jungle gym and all that,
So good.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And it just shows that you really don't need to have a huge budget to really fill up your space and make it look good and be creative. The issues I had, though, is one, I think that this is like a heavily inspired Woody Allen. And if they don't think that, they just don't know it, because the dialogue is very Woody Allen.
Yeah, I thought that too.
And some of the scenes, like especially when he's talking to his real wife, went on way too fucking long. I was just like, okay, we get it. She's a nag. We get it. You don't listen to her. We get it. You're unhappy. And it just, to the point where some of the repetitiveness I think is essential, but then you're losing me. And then I didn't realize it was a 90-minute film. It felt a lot longer. And I think it's because of moments like that where they stretched stuff a little too thin. I wrote down that they had a 6-7 reference. That's the world we live in.
The first
When they're counting the pages.
cinematic reference to 6-7.
And just on I know this was a micro budget, but the fake non-burning cigarette at the end of the movie grinded my gears, where I was like, I guess now we're just, 20 years ago it would have been like, just use a real cigarette. But I guess it's not cool to smoke. So it's not good to smoke is more like it. So, but I'm like, fuck it, just suck it up and get a Camel between those lips. Like the fake cigarette that like the ash wasn't going anywhere. It was like permanently glowing.
Oh, was it that outside?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, something.
I was like, okay,
Yeah.
we can dream up a better cigarette here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I thought the ending was unsatisfying.
I did want to point out they misspelled jeweler.
I didn't catch that.
I thought it was gonna be like a guy who was Jewish. He was like, I'm also like a jeweler.
The jeweler.
'Cause it was spelled Jewler.
Yeah.
There should be another E.
I thought it was like I totally thought they were making a joke.
But like, who's this character gonna be later on? Let's see if he's. Oh, maybe it's his friend. He was like, I resized the ring for you.
The Jew.
The jeweler. Or like,
Sometimes like it goes through so many things, like Nat's project, going back to Wrench musical. There's like one scene, it's in the trailer too, but it's like the grandpa's holding a newspaper and it says bankruptcy, and like we all saw the newspaper, all of us were there, we shot it, and it wasn't until post-production one person was like, that's misspelled. And so Regina had to go in there in post-production and fix it.
And I bet she fixed it
So good.
Oh,
Looked amazing.
I've put the wrong years when we have to do flashbacks in my work, and it's gone through like producers and executives, and then it gets aired, and then all it takes is one fan to be like, that was actually 2008, not 2009. I'm just like, fuck.
I've written my own scripts, writing the right year, but doing the wrong math, and I'm like, it's only 1 year older than me. How did I get that wrong? And have had to edit it. You know, but so I get it.
Spelling is hard.
I get it. Yeah, I thought, I guess just one more thing, like this, like the production design was like good and impressive. Just like the cinematography or just like the camera operating, it was a little like shaky.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's like I feel like that could have been like a priority when you're like filming something. Like you want smooth shots and like, I mean, like, I know it's a micro budget.
The news.
I know. I'm just like, it's like, dang, like it could have been.
Yeah, I saw it with my friend who's a camera assistant, and that was like the first thing she was like, there was some stuff, and I was like, I get it. That was me. I was like, that's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I guess like more like work on like the wife did not look like the character she should have been.
Yeah.
Like a woman with like micro bangs and piercings is into like live, laugh, love decor.
Oh, yeah.
And like some choices I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, I get like maybe like you don't want to like typecast stuff, but I'm like, it in our world.
In what world would they date?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Actually, I could see them dating, but like her, just like the look of her, really just like I was like, it seemed like you just like, can you just please be in this movie and play this wife person?
Yeah.
I know she's nothing like you,
Right.
and she's like into weird, like she's into things you're not like into. You wouldn't be, but I was like,
Yeah, no way she's into a sign that says drink a clock time or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, this woman has style.
yeah,
She's not putting that tacky shit on her wall.
Yeah.
no.
You know?
So that was just.
But also, I did feel seen with that, because if somebody was like, put this up, I'd be like anything that says like live, laugh, love, I'm like, I'm not putting that shit.
No.
I'm sorry. If it looks like a chalkboard with white writing and
Yeah.
a piece of wood, I don't want it.
And that was the first sign of the relationship And it,
Yeah.
What were your thoughts? Yeah. Were you satisfied with what you
yeah,
got?
I was satisfied. I was definitely like, whoa, way better than I thought. I don't know why I went in with like fairly low expectations. I guess because I'm like, oh, they're in their early 20s. Let's see what they can do.
Yeah.
But I guess I wasn't expecting the story to be so deep. I thought it was just going to be like couple kind of fighting. And especially the introduction, same thing. I thought like Woody Allen. I was like, okay, we'll see. And then once they introduced the whole like shared dream aspect, I was like, oh, whoa, this is going to get deep. And yeah, I loved all the like kind of dream sequences. Like you said, the puppet show stuff. I was like thinking the same thing. Like, wow, just like you don't really see what's happening, but you know what's happening. And I was like, oh, that was so good. And I was impressed with the acting. I thought the same thing too. I totally kind of tuned it out. But same with the wife. The wife, like she was great, but it just didn't fit. There's something off. But I'm like, it's her first project. I'm not like too.
And it's such a small thing. Like that's just me being like
No.
annoying about and like nitpicky. I'm like,
Well, she was the weakest written character, I think. And so I think that
Her dream sequence too is pretty good.
yeah. Yeah, I did like that part was hard to watch in a good way.
Yeah. Yeah, cinematically wise, I was paying attention to like right now I'm paying attention to a lot of the blocking and the camera angles and choices. And for the most part, all of them, I was like, that was really good. There were some parts that were shaky. I was like,
I did really like the blocking.
Yeah, I did too. It felt like a stage play at times.
There is the only one that I didn't like that I was like, why did they make that choice? But it was like the final scene in the diner and they did like 2-shot. It was like close up. And I was like, I feel like they could have just done a wide. It would have been, it's like the final scene would have felt a little bit more.
I actually wonder if they wrote it as a play and turned it into a film because they're
like
they're play kids.
Yeah.
Like they definitely like went to the theater and like it reminds me of my act like this a lot of the play. I'm like, oh yeah, that's like where I did my acting class. So like it just gives that like intimate feel.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, I really liked it. I was like really impressed.
It is like super
I was like,
impressive.
wow. The only big thing that kind of bugged me is that I couldn't really buy that they were together. And like Taylor pointed out, if they did in 10 years, that for me would be more realistic. Just because of the point in time that we're at, I'm like, these people are married and then they have a condo and like they work at this like very...
They didn't seem traditional for that. Like it wasn't middle America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that was the big thing. And I was like, I can't buy that these people are married and...
Right.
But because they're kids. But if they're a little bit older, I think that would have made it more realistic. But it wasn't like something that fully took me out. By the beginning, I was like, all right, just these kids are married.
Yeah, 2 young kids from like Los Feliz getting married. I was like, that doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes when you know, you know.
A little bit of a lavender marriage.
Yeah.
A little bit of a lavender marriage, in my opinion.
My popcorn rating is 4 popcorn. And I give 4 popcorn because I think, yeah, the overall message and theme I was really impressed with. I think they had a lot of really good like cinematic moments and yeah, just like these like short kind of sequences that were really powerful for me.
What do you think, just because this is the Popcorn Study Club, what's one thing, if you can pick one element of the movie that you're like, wow, that's something I can work on or something I can put into my projects?
Blocking.
The blocking?
Yeah,
Okay.
blocking is like something I really, really liked and I've been paying attention to a lot. And they held on a lot of like long takes and that was, yeah, just the performances like that. Some of the scenes I was like, whoa, that's so good.
Nice. I was a little tough on it. I gave it 2.5 popcorn.
There's a half kernel in there.
Half kernel, a half pop kernel in there.
You know, when it's not fully popped yet.
Yeah. But you know what? Like, I like those bits too. You know, like I like chomping into it and it's like, oh, it's like half popped. But I mean, yeah, I think it kind of just like goes back to like in 10 years, like this would have been really good. Like I love a romance that like has these elements and, you know, like is a little like bittersweet at the end, you know, like what they need to learn for themselves. Like it's sad, like, you know, they can't be together, like they won't be together. But, you know, like I really liked a lot of elements of it, the dream sequences. It was funny. Like I liked a lot of the dialogue. But yeah, like it did feel a little long for me. And yeah, no, I mean, like I thought the performances were really good. I thought she was really good. She was really present. If I'm taking that if I'm reflecting on acting choices and stuff like that, like I liked how present she was in So in those scenes, like had really good chemistry. And yeah, like just like the concept. I like high concept, low concept stuff like this. So I looking into movies like I want to watch in the future. Like I would like to see more of this.
Hmm.
You know, as an audience member, if I want to watch stuff, I would like to see more stuff like that.
So I just want to say that if the script, because as a writer, it comes down to, is it a good story and can you hear people talk, right? Like the basics are sound and story. You can forgive bad acting. You can forgive bad camera work. So this could have easily been a 5 popcorn movie for me because the concept was so strong. But unfortunately, the script lost its pacing for me, lost its structure, and didn't land in the end. So it's a 2.5 popcorn for me because my baseline is 3. And if I feel like you're telling a complete story from beginning to end, this one had me doing a little bit of like mental gymnastics to kind of fill in some plot holes of like what I think they meant, which isn't necessarily bad. But like I wouldn't say it was a romance, even though it has romantic elements to it. The ending to me, and I think it would have been better as a romance had they sold that ending. Then I think even if the romance wasn't the main part of the movie, because it's not, it would have been just a nice boon, a nice win for them. So that's why I give it 2.5 popcorns. But I'm totally stoked to see what they make next. I'm definitely like gonna keep an eye out on their name and watch their next project because I think they'll only get better from here. And that's why I want him to redo this movie when he's like just a more seasoned writer. Because I mean, I also just want to say, someone that age writing something like a masterpiece is so far and few between, right? When you see the people that win the accolades for best writing, they've got decades on this person. So they're only going to get better.
Mm-hmm.
So 2.5 popcorns, but I like the crunchy kernels too. And I'll even add that it's kettle corn, my favorite.
Yes, God, I love this. All right.
Thank you guys for listening.
Check out where we film from next.
Aw.
It's a surprise.